Do fairy tales movies set up unrealistic expectations for kids? We all love fairy tales and cartoon films, and I'm sure you guys even have your favorites too. Of course, these characters entertain us a lot, but have you ever tried to imitate these characters? Have you ever dressed up as a fairy or Superman and cosplayed them at a fancy dress contest? If yes, then you are a real fan. But if you ever tried flying like a fairy or lift a car like Superman, then your parents might want you to stop watching them. So let's find out as Revant and Swara enter the war of words.
Hello, my name is Revant Shah and today I am going to speak for the topic Fairy tales and movies do set up unrealistic expectations for kids.
Hello everyone, I'm Swara Malwatkar. Today I'm going to speak on the topic, do fairy tales set up unrealistic expectations for kids? Against.
Fairy tales, the name itself suggests that it is about something unreal. The most popular fairy tales are about characters who are wrong due to their wealth, appearance or gender. For example, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Snow White and many others. The ones that deal with the concept of love present women as secondary beings waiting for their Prince Charmings. Their sole worth is to be beautiful. Such influences lead to disappointment later in life. So you cannot go prancing around with a fairy tale attitude in real life.
Fairy tales are mystical fantasies of creatures and animals that everyone wishes that they could be a part of. Fairy tales keep the world going on. The characters of fairy tales are so realistic that they can represent happiness, sadness, and ambition. First of all, fairy tales are for our entertainment. They are among the top told stories. Without these stories, we wouldn't have had most of the TV shows, movies that we love today. These fairy tales teach us about our society, class, relationships, emotions, values, and good and evil. It develops the imagination of the children, which allows them to see themselves living in this story. It actually boosts their self-confidence.
Fairy tales and movies set up unrealistic expectations for kids to their storylines and ideas about superpowers and witchcraft. The importance of appearance is over-exaggerated and sets up unrealistic expectations for men and women to look a certain way. For example, Snow White explores this idea very clearly because it is about a girl who is only significant because she is more beautiful than the others and is shown to need others to rescue her instead of using her own wit.
Fairy tales based on novels give a moral in a way that the audience will always remember. It develops the imagination of children and the children can enjoy all sorts of crazy adventures. Movies like Frozen portray a beautiful lesson for children. Anna, with the help of her sister Elsa, overcame her powers and rescued herself from the icy powers which had trapped Anna and the kingdom in eternal winter. No matter how a person is by his looks, behavior or history, no one should be left alone or made an outcast. Help the ones in need, and these are basic life lessons which are conveyed through movies made for children.
Yes, I agree, Swara, but fairy tales and movies scar the mind against relationships like stepmothers and witches. Also, kids can believe anything they are told. For example, when we were smaller, we would believe anything our parents or friends would say without thinking or objecting. The idea of Prince Charming coming to the rescue of the damsel in distress needs to be retold. Because look around, my she friends.
Yes, Revan, I agree with you. But don't you think there are advantages too? Smartphones help children to deal with basic human conflicts, desires, or relationships in a healthy way. And acquiring these skills can ultimately impact the child's health, quality of life, and influence its values in the future. In the movie Inside Out, Soul, it depicts our life should have a meaning, a life, a dream, a passion, which makes life on earth more fruitful and not just a burden.
What I think is that children understand the world around them through stories. And the negative misleading aspects of fairy tales need to be addressed, because life is not a fairy tale. Children need to be told stories that are bold, inspiring and relatable, and make them feel like they live in a secure, beautiful world that inspires them to face the realities of life and become self-confident individuals.
Fairy tales help building resilience in children. They teach us that we go through life challenges and that we must always be prepared and believe that we can succeed in life. In The Princess and the Frog, we learn that we must try to give everyone a chance if they don't look like people yet. In Little Red Riding Hood, we learned that we should be careful on who we are trusting. And in stories like Cinderella, we are remained to be kind in every situation. Stories give a life lesson, and always remember, you are never too old to set a new goal or dream a new dream. Fairy tales bring positivity in your child's dream.
Did you also grow up watching fairy tales movies? Do you still love watching fairy tales in movies? Let us know in the comment section if this debate was an eye-opener for you. Want to be the first to know of the videos on the Mind Wars YouTube channel? Hit subscribe and click the bell icon. And remember, knowledge increases when you share it. So like, share and tell your friends about the video.